watching it as young came the car low in the job. Watching him with I can no sal in the job thing. What I need to job thing, all a room. A Pierre Rabban, and the village, and a Pachava Pier. When the village, watching him with Kajam, in a Chinian with Ye. Poking in the show, my name with a long day. And then I shopping. Toby did. I think India. What can it? It's a bag. It's your barrage red. I put Benja on the jar. So, nearly 10 years, German, they want to be Benja. Who can it? I can't quite do it. It's a killer. How did you get it off? Okay. So, Yen Nien Kajito, who can a diamond, she ran Janoi, and they open Bench and Vanity of no. Nien Kakiloi, Kachiloi, or the same Jan. Or generally, Doga Lady Chanino, Coyman Kapin, Abinian Capital on Banner, he saw the Ben, a year belong there. Who can it? In a band. When the Bajon Manya, Ben the Pier, one for the North, so Manya will be Ben, come and get the Bible.
Thank you very much. My name is Toby Mawien Ariik. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and everyone for coming here today to remember and to commemorate my father, Toby Mawien Ariik. My father loved his own people. My father loved Lonari Payam. My father loved his community Tony. My father loved Warab State. And most importantly, my father loved his country, South Sudan. Not only he was a great retired politician, but a teacher, a mathematician, artistic. My father, Mawien Ariik, died in South Sudan's capital Juba on Wednesday, June 25th, 2014 at Tongping. His remains was flown to his village via airport for burial. He was a great politician who was highly admired at his time and modern time. The late father hailed from descendant from Lao Ariik Toin County, Warab State. My father was a son of a former paramount chief appointed by British in the colony period in Sudan. My father, Toby Mawien Ariik, dies at 87. He was a popular known as Uncle Toby, Akombo Mawien Toby. Late father Toby Mawien Ariik Mawien was born 1927 at a Cork village in Lao Ariik. He enrolled in his first formal education in 1936 at Lankang, a village. He later joined a school of clerk and account of the current Juba Commercial School and appointed as chief accountant in Tiat Rural Council of Forest Administration. He was later transferred to Gogrial in the same capacity as chief accountant. After working in Gogrial for 10 years, he came back to work in Toin District as a dedicated and competent accountant. Toby was promoted as a deputy director at Toin Kanaf. My father Toby grew up in politics and he was appointed to the National Parliament in in Khartoum in 1996. In 1960s. He was among those few South Sudanese elites who participated in writing the Sudanese constitution that recognized the autonomy and the self-government for the South Sudanese people. My father, Toby Mawien, was later appointed as a commissioner for Point District from 1982 to 1984. Before joining the South Sudan's War and Liberation in mid-1980s, where he was a chief mobilizer for SPLA support and later became an SPLA relief officer when he joined community leadership at SPLA control area. My dear father, Toby, had an inspired impact and left a heavy legacy behind. Toby Mawien Ariik had been a successful leader both at home and in the national politics. Later, father Toby was married to 9 wives and survived by 40 direct children and a number of grandchildren. He was a successful leader who has taken care of his large family, 40 direct children, and his lovely 9 wives and a number of grandchildren. Upon his return to the village by my father, Mawien Ariik, established a number of butch schools in most of SPLA controlled areas by 1994. And he was appointed as a secretary to then Sudan Relief and Rehabilitation Association, SRRA, in Akwa Payam, directing relief foods and drugs to affected areas. He loved education, and he has supported and taught many people, even most of the people that are sitting in this prayers today. My father Toby, according to his colleagues, is described as a concerning, elegant, and articulate and charismatic fellow. My father had been sick for a long time, and he was treated for diabetes in South Sudan and abroad. His recent death was triggered by a shock and learned that his son, 6 nephews were killed in an attack in the capital camp in Lawari, swampy areas. Below are the names of his beloved young men who were killed in that attack. Ariik, and Toby Mawien, which is his own son. Ariik Mawien Ariik, Mawien Ariik, his own only nephew from his sister. A week before Toby dismissed his brother, Ariik Mawien, untimely passed on in the village. This shocking news deteriorated his health, which finally resulted in his death on June 25, 2014. The body was found to Wow Town on Friday, 27 June 2014. And he was accompanied by a number of government officials, children, grandchildren. My father was laid to rest on June 28, 2014 at a Coke village in Lawari of Warrap State. Dear Father Munari, his mother, Awunwal, my child, is from Lawari. Awunwal had 3 children, Ariik Mawien, that including Toby Mawien Ariik, which is deceased, Ariik Mawien, and Ariik Mawien. My father, Toby Mawien, got married to the following wives. The young Chidane from Lawari. Deng Wol, Deng, which is my dear mother, from Lawari. Abel Ringju, deceased, from Trik Mayadi. Abang Kola Joy, deceased, from Lawari. Amon Arol Marit, deceased, from Apuk Padar. Adana Kol, my wife, deceased, from Lawari. and Adarma Nyang from Trik Mayadit, Nyanut Malit Baraj from Trik Mayadit, and Rob Malwe from Lao Ari. Thank you very much.